Hello and welcome to another Murders at Karlov Manor draft. I'm Paul Cheon, and today we are rank number 28. Yesterday we were rank number 25, and I guess overnight we lost a little bit of ranking, so we need to go and try to catch up. Of course, also the Pro Tour is happening right now, and definitely learning some insights from there as well, because some of the pros feel that this format's not as aggressive as you might seem. So I'm going to use that knowledge and be a little bit more open and see if I can draft blue-black. See if I can draft the other color combinations instead of trying to be super aggressive. Before this draft starts, I do want to say that I did just launch my new Patreon channel. Shout out to all the current patrons. And if you did enjoy this content and wanted to support the channel, you can check out the link in the description below. But now, let's head into the draft. Okay. Well, that's a Mythic rare. I want to try this one out. There is Repulsive Mutation, Rakdos Patron of Chaos, and Shock as the cards that send out to me. Gadget Technician is also pretty good, and Auspicious Arrival is a solid combat trick on top of that. But I'm not going to lie, I've been getting kind of lucky. Lucky as in opening cool rares that make me draft non-white based aggressive decks. And that's kind of where I'm at with this, with the Rakdos. I think I'm going to take it and see if I can either find a way to play it or splash it. I mean, that's a nice thing about Rakdos as well. 6 mana, 6/6 Flying Trample. It's got some flample. At the beginning of your end step, target opponent may sack 2 non-land, non-token permanents. If they don't, you draw 2 cards. So, it's a 6 mana Mole Drifter. It's pretty good. Let's take it. And then moving on to this pack, a rare was taken. Slimy Dual Leech is okay, but I think I prefer the Person of Interest more. It does make you go into a slightly more aggressive deck. Fuss Bother is alright, but if I'm looking to play Rakdos and I want to be red-black, Fuss Bother is really good because if you can use both sides of this card, and right now that wouldn't allow us to do something like that. So I think I prefer just taking either a red or black card here, and Person of Interest is a premium creature in aggressively slanted decks. So I'm going to take the Person of Interest here. Starting out the curve a little high, but guess what? We can follow that up with a Shock. It's the best common here. Other notables here are the hard-hitting Question. This is a really, really good removal effect if you want to be green. So it's one thing to note. We could be... If green is open, we could move into maybe red-green, splashing black. That's an option. Bullrat Clan Basher I found to just be okay. I mean, it's fine, but it's not that much different than the other big creatures that you unmorph to get in. Chalk Island is a cool build around, but I'm going to take a Shock here. It seems like red is reasonably open right now, and let's try to cut it off if we can. But green also seems open. This pack has a lot of interesting cards. We have Get a Leg Up, which is a really, really good combat trick. We have Lockset on Eavesdropper. This is one of my favorite creatures in the set. And then for black, we have Murder and Unscrupulous Agent. This is interesting. I can either take something like a Murder to go into my red-black deck, or I can shift gears and go into green and take the Eavesdropper. I think I like... So Get a Leg Up is nice, but I think I prefer the Eavesdropper in a deck that's looking to... go a little bit longer, like a more mid-range deck. So I will take this over the Murder. Now, this could be wrong. This could be wrong, but I have just not found red-black to be my most successful archetype. And if I'm red-black, you want to be maybe a little more aggressively slanted. And Rakdos is kind of a little bit slower. Like I said, I'm not super confident with that pick, but let's move on. Moving on to this pack. If we want it to be kind of more of a Jund deck, then it is important to pick up some 2-drops to get to the late game. There's some mana fixing here. There's a Projector Inspector, and the chase is on. I think I want to take a creature here over the combat trick. So let's take the Vitu-Ghazi Inspector, because I think this is a creature that's going to help us get to Rakdos. I believe I want to take that. Although the old Vitu-Ghazi Inspector Person of Interest deck isn't really quite where you want to be necessarily, but here we are. Moving on to this pack, we have On the Job, which is a great spell to play if you're looking to play a white-based strategy that looks to go wide. There's a couple of notable blue cards. Eliminate the Impossible and Dramatic Accusation is okay. I'm just going to take Fanatical Strength out of this pack. It's just a pretty good combat trick to play in general. And I'm not the biggest fan of a card like Shady Informant. I think it's kind of replaceable. So I'll take it there. And yes, green is absolutely open. Look at this pack. Look at this pack. Tunnel Tipster and Bite Down on Crime this late. I do like Elegant Parlor as well, but I'm really happy that we kind of felt that green was open and used that feeling to make that transition over into green. And now we have the choice between the Tipster and Bite Down on Crime. And this does feel like a deck where I would favor the Tipster over the Bite Down. I think the Bite Down, I mean, they're both very, very good. We need the 2s. We have 2 4-drops already, and we're trying to ramp into Rakdos. So I feel, I mean, and we also have a Shock. We have a couple of spells already. I think that was somewhat close, but I think the Tipster is really what this deck wants with the Eavesdropper. I mean, I don't even know necessarily if I want to play a card like the Person of Interest. I mean, it depends. This deck, it's still early. We could still end up with an aggressive red-green deck, and if that's the case, then of course, we wouldn't maybe play something like the Inspector. I'll take the Felonious... Oh my gosh! Shock tabled. 9th pick Shock? There's also Red Herring, but I'm not going to take Red Herring over Shock. This is great. Really liking where we're starting off here. We have 8 pretty solid playables. I'll take the Thoroughfare. Now, like I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of this card in general, but if you're looking to splash, and splash really powerful cards, then... cards like the Rakdos, if we end up maybe a multicolored green deck, for example, then we now all of a sudden have They Went This Way and 2 public thoroughfares to let us try to do something interesting again, do something fun. Moving on to this pack, look at the triple Mythic pack. Double Conspiracy Unraveler and Alquist. Unfortunately, we're kind of red-green-ish, and I feel like double splashing for Alquist is a little bit too much. I do love this card. It's basically a 3-mana Loxodon Eavesdropper with upside. So this card's fantastic. But I'm going to take Flourishing Bloomkin. This is also just a phenomenal creature. One of the better uncommon green creatures to play. It ramps you. You can play it on 2 if you really need. So I'll just take the Bloomkin out of this pack. But I do really love me an Alquist as well. Here we now have... What do we have? This does not feel like a Red Herring deck, so I'm not going to take it here. Tracker's a little medium. There's Long Goodbye, which is a decent removal spell, but you know what I'm looking at. You know what I'm looking at, right? I'll give you a hint. It's a gold card. So Long Goodbye is a decent card, but part of why this card is so good is the fact that you can cast it early. And if you can't cast it early, I feel like you lose some of its value. We already have 2 public thoroughfares and a They Went This Way. I'm taking Buried in the Garden here as the more premium removal spell and see where this deck goes. Now, I'm going to lay out my deck like this, okay? Because there's a lot of pieces I need to juggle right now, and this is going to help me at least figure out where things need to go here on the mana curve. Look, we're not even super red. We're just green with cards. This pack has Get a Leg Up, but we have a bunch of spells. This isn't a super aggressive deck. I think this is Team Tipster. This is another pack where we just want to take Tipster. Now, I do want to start picking up some big morph creatures. We have the Bloomkin already, but I believe that's our only morph. Person of Interest might not even make the deck. We might just be playing the Shocks. We'll see. But let's take the Tipster out of this pack because we're, once again, trying to maybe do kind of a green-ish ramp thing. Here, I'll take Bite Down on Crime. Just a great, great removal spell to play. And our interaction is looking quite nice here. Might not even play the Fanatical Strength, but we'll see. Treacherous Terrain. 8 mana, deals damage equal to the number of... So this can kill them. Now, it gets me a land. But is this card actually good? It's got a 55% games in hand. Hold on, am I... Deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of... I don't know what this card does for me. But there's nothing else to really consider that's red or green. And it mana fixes me? I'll try it. I'll try it. Oh, okay, there's a killer among us. I'll definitely try that. These Tunnel Tipsters are looking good. Cards like the Undercover Crocodile, I would like to pick up some decent morphs on top of what I already have. And they're ooh, but is it the Crocodile or is it Crowd Control Warden? Now, that's a late Novice Inspector and has no business being in the pack, but I don't think I'm going to take it because we're not a base white deck. So what do I want? Do I want Crocodile or do I want Crowd Control? I think I prefer crowd control. It's just a big creature. We have a killer among us. I generally think I prefer just having the larger body. And this is also much better to just hardcast on turn 5, whereas a Crocodile costs 6 mana, this one costs 5. Here, I'll take another Vitu-Ghazi Inspector. I think this we are lacking on cheap things to do, so this kind of helps shore up our weakness in the early game. Now, don't care about this Auspicious Arrival. Might just take a face-down card here. Could be the Branch of Vitu-Ghazi. This could be like an 18-land deck. It goes well with the Tipster, and it helps us on our splash. So I'll take the Branch here, but not confident that I'm going to play that one. Here we'll take the Bulrak Clan Basher. We're really getting cut off on red cards in this pack. Wow, that's a... Yeah, white was flowing, definitely, in this pack. Oh. I mean, I wasn't playing either of those cards, to be honest. And we have a lot of different ways to... Oh, and that's a Tolsimir! I mean... What is happening? I wish I took those Novice Inspectors now. I mean, Auspicious Arrival might make it back in because it's a decent combat trick. Are we just not red anymore? Are we green, white, splashing black, and red? I mean, I gotta take Tolsimir here, right? Like, there's a Nervous Gardener and a Panther, but this is a Tolsimir. And we have a Buried in the Garden. What's really making us go into red? We just have 2 shocks. We could still play the shocks if we need, or we don't have to play that. We can just splash double splash Rakdos. But look, Tolsimir is so good, we just take it, and we figure out the rest. Now I'm glad I picked up the Arrivals. And here we're going to take the Loxodon Eavesdropper. And now I guess we are... What are we? I guess we're green-white? I guess we're green-white? Okay, what do we have here? There's a Coerce to Kill. Can I fit... I don't know if my mana fixing is that good. I have 2 Public Thoroughfares and a basic Land Cycler. That's all I have, and I guess a buried in the Garden. Can I splash a 4th color? Coerce to Kill is a good card. All right, we are going off the rails here. I could take Shadowy Backstreet, but all right, I'm doing this. I'm doing this for you, YouTube. Lightning Helix? Yes, please. Krenko's Buzz Crusher is a little hard to cast. We're gonna take the Lightning Heal. Okay, okay. This is an easy Topiary Panther. YouTube, this is for you. We are doing things, and you better believe we're playing this Public Thoroughfare. This I've never drafted a deck like this. Let's take the Panther and continue taking mana fixing and good cards and try to make it work. Ooh, Repulsive Mutation is a really good card. Okay, I'm gonna make the responsible pick this time. Okay, I'm gonna take the land. I think Surveil lands are good. The mutation is fine, but it feels like we're gonna have enough playables. Let's take the Mortuary, just so we can splash the Rakdos and the Coerce to Kill. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Here, I'll just take a random face down card. Yeah, the Museum Night Watch, if I'm green-white with a double Tipster, seems decent. I keep having to remind myself that I'm white. Here, we'll take Vengeful Creeper. All right, Nervous Gardener tabled. Perfect. Perfect. This is the perfect card for a green-white, blue-black-red deck. Nervous Gardener, let's go. Okay. Everything is fine. Don't worry. I would say I've been here before, but I haven't. But it's okay. It's okay. We will science this up, and everything will be good. Now, we are a little bit light on cheap things to do, but like I said before, I can play the Bloomkim and the Nervous Gardener on 2. Ooh, this is the perfect Not On My Watch deck. Okay. This is a deck. This is a deck. Oh my gosh. Let's just put all of this in, and I'm gonna need a second. I'm gonna need a second to build this one out. Okay. I don't think Shock is that great if you're splashing, But I do think Lightning Helix is good when you're splashing because it's as good early and late. Whereas Shock, part of why it's so good is because you can kill something really early. Whereas Helix, the life gain does go a long way, especially in a deck like this. We've now cut this down to 43 cards, it looks like. I do like all of the 2-drops that we have. And then, obviously, all of our face-down cards are fine. And then Coerce to Kill goes here. Vengeful Creeper is also a face-down card. So this goes well with our Tipster and kind of our plan of trying to ramp. A lot of big morphs. The Nervous Gardener and Bloomkin we can also play on too, which definitely helps a lot. Topiary Panther, I'm just going to kind of put in the creature in the land slot. And then now the interesting question is how many lands do we choose to play? Because we have 2 Land Cyclers, 2 Tunnel Tipsters, and a Nervous Gardener. So is it 16 or is it 17? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, we definitely want an island, a swamp, a mountain, and then we want to lean heavily into more green cards because we're mostly green, right? 19 green cards and 9 white cards. So this does look like the mana based. And this gives us access to potentially 9 green. I could even go up 1 more green, but we still need to cut cards. I think I'm going to cut the Auspicious Arrivals. This deck does not feel like a deck that wants a bunch of combat tricks. I'd like my spells to mostly just be removal spells. So we have Coerce to Kill, Buried in the Garden, Bite Down on Crime, Lightning Helix, and Not on My Watch. And then we have a ramp spell, and then we have, I guess, 2 extra ways to get lands. I think we're going to get greedy here. Because look, if I'm playing this card in my deck, I have to look at it as if it's a land, right? This card specifically. So let's cut a Plains, and let's play like this. All right. We're playing 5 colors without Niv Mizzet. Is this road to percentage gamer? Is that what we're doing? It's definitely possible, but I don't have a follow-up after that but. Oh, man. Well, this is a nice combo. Terrain getting us a land and then Vitu-Ghazi Inspector being a 2/4. So there's that. Oh, and our opponent is on the play and went turn 1 Novice Inspector. All I'm going to say is, uh-oh. Big uh-ohs. Now we drew a plane, so now Treacherous Terrain. We have to... It's weird because we don't really know what land we need just yet. Since they played the turn 1 Inspector, though, I think I'm leaning towards still just playing the Inspector here on 2. No, that was a deep tank. When there's clearly just going to go second land into creature. All right. Yeah, we're definitely just playing out the Inspector here. Oh, we drew Rakdos. We drew Rakdos. Okay. So that makes it easier for us. We're definitely getting Mountain. Oh, and they're playing Blue-White Detectives. Okay. The next turn, we can play a face-down Museum Nightwatch. And the nice thing is on the following turn, on turn 4, we can cycle with the Treacherous Terrain and still... play the Inspector as a 2/4, which is really nice. All right, we drew a land. Definitely still want to just play something to the board here so we don't get run over. No attacks. Happy enough trading the Museum Nightwatch here if necessary. And the next turn we go 2/4 Vitu-Ghazi Inspector. And look, we drew land number 4 as well. So the Treacherous Terrain gives us land number 5, meaning we can still play the Killer Among Us in our hand. And then we're in a situation where, hey, we get to play Killer Among Us turn 5, and then turn 6, if we don't draw land, well, we drew the land. If we didn't draw a land, we could have just gone Rakdos on turn 6. So our opponent passed with 4 mana up. Interesting. Did they have an out cold? I don't know, but I'm not attacking. Let's go ahead and still do the play that we talked about, which is cycle Treacherous Terrain. Let's go ahead and fetch Mountain. Play Mountain, and then play the Vitu-Ghazi Inspector. And exile. Look at that! Look at that combo! 1-2 punch. Is this getting countered? Could be. Reasonable Doubt and Vitu-Ghazi Inspector got suspended. That's actually really good. Wow. Yeah. No, that reasonable doubt was fantastic because they're aggressively slanted, and now my big blocker just can't block. And into Private Eye? Oh my gosh. Well, at least we can block the Relic Warder, but we're taking a lot of damage here. Damn. That's unfortunate. And we don't have that much removal. We do have those shocks, but shock doesn't even kill the Private Eye. Okay, things got bad in a hurry. Turn 4, they played nothing, but they countered my spell, made my best blocker unable to block, and then played the best uncommon for their color combination. I mean, we had a nice sequence. We went 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, and we are getting completely run over here. I guess their hand is so good they chose not to loot. That is definitely not a good sign. All right, Killer Among Us. This is generate some chumpers, and then we're going to play the Rakdos, but I mean, we're going to take a lot of damage here. Lots and lots of damage. All right, attacking with everything. Let us go ahead and... you know, I think my priority is just staying alive. Let's just do that. Let's just keep our life total as high as we can. And I think our best hope right now is that our opponent doesn't have an answer for Rakdos, and Rakdos gets us back in the game. But I still want to try to get value here from this Merfolk. Man, that Suspect on my 1-3 was so good. This could be an Exit Specialist. I don't even know if I'm supposed to attack with this. Maybe not. I kind of think we're on the try to win with Rakdos plan. And I mean, Killer Among Us certainly is worse in a deck like mine that's not as aggressive, right? It's definitely better in a more aggressively slanted deck. But if they have a counter spell here, it's just game. Or a removal spell. Any number of things. They even discarded a Reasonable Doubt. So, I mean, they could have number 3. All right, unauthorized exit. Should probably get it done. Just every time I want to have fun. Every time I want to have fun, this happened. Look, I can't actually complain. Like, we got to Doppelgang people out. We got to Aurelia's Vindicator people out. And Rakdos is certainly not on the level of those rares. But we got to at least cast it. We got to at least cast it. But this kind of the blue-white... When Private Eye is in play, I mean, this is the thing is, the stock for the detective decks have gone down, in my opinion. But one of the primary reasons to be blue-white is Private Eye. It's such a good card. Okay, all right, we're dead. GG's. GG's. We had a play from turn 2 all the way till turn 6. Like, we literally played a permanent from turn 2 to turn 6, and our opponent is at 20, and it wasn't close. And we even had good defensive plays. So that's how much of a beating. That's how much of a beating we took in that particular game. But it's okay. It's only one game. Well, it's not Nummy this time. It's the fan of Nummy. Let's see if we can destroy Numat's minions. I'm going to keep this hand, as we do have Treacherous Terrain. We have the combo again. So we can cycle, go get... I don't even know what land I want to be... Oh, the forest, of course. I mean, Natural Forest would be great here. Awesome. We get to play Tipster turn 2 instead. All right, so now we can either get Island or Plains. We'll see what they do. But this is an excellent sequence for us, because we can go Land Cycle plus Inspector, right? And that's a really, really great turn. So our opponent went 2-drop, 3-drop. It's fine. This Inspector is going to be quite good. So for me, it's, do I get Island or do I get Plains? Now, I do have a lot more white sources in my deck. If I draw a Plains, I'll get a Plains. Okay. I did not draw a Plains. Okay, that's a black source, which we don't need. So I think I'm going to get a blue source just because we're on the draw and our opponent might try to tempo us out. So let's go ahead and cycle. Let's get a blue source. And then play the inspector. Exile. Let's make the inspector large. And then we'll play the monastery. Oh no, I already played my land. What am I saying? We can play the mortuary next turn. But now we're set up nicely to be able to cast Coerce to kill next turn. Now blue does have bounce, which makes that play a little bit worse. This is interesting. They could have reasonable doubt. They didn't play a 3. But I'm going to play it anyways. I mean, am I going to get blown out by this? Because they're going to target my inspector. I just don't have any other plays. Like, passing just seems so weak. Oh, they targeted their creature. That's actually better for me. All right, let's play the mortuary. Put that in the graveyard. And do we attack? We do have Coerce to kill. Yeah, let's attack. They missed the land drop too. I want to attack because next turn I'm probably just going to steal this 3/2 menace creature. Does not seem bad. Oh, okay. What are they pumping? Probably Projector Inspector. Nope, nope. Bubble Smuggler, okay. Interesting. All right, yeah, let's take the Projector Inspector. Let's attack with the Tipster now. I don't think they can draw a card here. Like, it's really hard for me to see a way for them to draw a card unless they play another Projector Inspector. So I want to do it like this. Steal the Projector Inspector. Now, I do have this in play, so now it's interesting because I can either play the Crocodile face down to put a counter on Tipster, or I can play it face up to loot. As is, because I'm looking for white sources, I think I want to loot instead. Oh, this is just a very easy block. Yeah, that's fine. And, ooh, Lightning Helix that we can't cast. Yeah, so I'm going to play this face up. Like I said before, I want to loot. Look for some white sources. We didn't find one. And this can't block, so let's go ahead and attack. We'll keep the land in our hand just to potentially loot. They're getting a lot of work done just being stuck on 3 lands, by the way. We're going to take this one. I want to get a hit in with the Crocodile to try to find removal. Okay, that doesn't do much here. They're probably going to let us connect as well. Ooh, locks it on Eavesdropper. That is a detective as well. The question is, do I play that first? I think so. How do I want to tap? I don't have any other black cards that I can play. And I want to potentially keep this Tipster up, and I want to keep my red mana up. So let's tap like this. Let's loot. Oh my gosh. We need white mana so badly. Okay. This Bubble Smuggler is now getting kind of annoying. So I will actually go ahead and crack this clue. Actually, no, I'm going to just pass. But I'm probably now going to trade my Crocodile here for the Smuggler. Or... oh, okay. Well, then now I'm going to chump block with Tunnel Tipster. And crack a card here with... Crack for the clue. Let's find a white source. White source, please. Or detective. Or that card. That's unfortunate. Okay. I mean, we have a bunch of white sources in our deck. This thing can't block. Well, this is what happens when you try to play too many colors, probably. Oh, man. Okay. We have to chump. And that is a Flourishing Bloomkin. Does not really help us here. Is this another out cold? Okay. We are so dead. I mean, what happens if we draw a white source? If we draw a white source, we can go Buried in the Garden into Lightning Helix. I mean, we've drawn 21. We've gone through 21 cards in our deck. We have doubled the... Yeah, okay. You know, it's okay. This is the price you pay for trying to go a little too deep. I could have used a Gravestone Strider, I think. Let's go back to the mana base here. Off to a rough 0-2 start here. 4 planes, double Public Thoroughfare. I think that's enough. I mean, it's not even like we have a million white cards. The Tolsimir is double white, I will say. But it's like it's these 3. 4? Should I be playing the Branch of Vitu-Ghazi? Honestly, I probably should. You know what I should have done to begin with? I should play this as my quote-unquote 17th land, and I'll just cut one of my my big morphs. So what's like my worst morph? It's probably the Crocodile. Yeah, we'll try this. Okay. 0-2. Look, we've had a nice run these last 3 days. And sometimes you run into the other side of things. So this is what that is. We are playing against high quality competition here. I'm going to just make sure I have this in play early. Over the Vitu-Ghazi Inspector. Because now I can probably sandbag the Inspector and get it to a point where I can just play this as a big creature. Okay, so our opponent is also going deep. Battle of the Deep Offs. Yeah, we'll call it that. That sounded clean. Battle of the Deep Offs. Tipster. Into. Face down card. Fair enough. Buried in the Garden. Good Magic the Gathering card. I kind of want to just kill this face down card. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, let's attack with the face down card. See what they do. I don't know about that block. Yeah, I don't know about that block. It does tell me that they probably don't have much going on. This is going to be a pretty good card here, I feel. Nope, it wasn't. Oh well. We still have Buried in the Garden for something. Next turn, we can flip up the Crowd Control Warden if they choose to block. Inside Source. Okay. Not too bad. Nothing really worth using Buried in the Garden on. So I think I'm just going to pass. Yeah. I'm going to try to be a little bit more conservative here and not just use my removal immediately. Now, they have a blue, white, and green permanent in play with Case of the Shattered Pact. So do have to be careful about that. Might need to use Buried in the Garden on the Case of the Shattered Pact. If they play something wild. They're going to have to pass here because I have all this mana up. And I'm just going to flip this up just to have a creature in play. Just because I didn't really have a good play that turn. And then now we're going to attack. And I think I want to... Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, they have +3/+3 in trample? No. Okay. They might have a removal spell here. So I'm gonna play another very powerful threat, but a threat that if they have the removal spell can soak up a removal spell. Okay, and then we can play the Rakdos. Although now they have a 4/4 Inside Source. They have a 4/4 Inside Source now. They have 2 cards in hand. I can bury it. I can bury it and still play a face down card. All right. I'm just waiting to try to play this at the end. All right, I'll play it now. All right. Rakdos time. Rakdos time. Crowd Control Warden. Not going to get it done. Yoink. All right, and then let's play a face down card. And let's draw 2 cards. Woo! This Rakdos. We are having some fun. Even if we don't do well, we at least got one. We got to play the Rakdos. We got some value. Okay. Look, if we finish this one with just a nice 3-3 record, we can say, hey, we drafted a cool 5-color deck. Didn't really work out the way that we wanted to, but we wanted to spread our wings a little bit and try something different. And anytime you open a Mythic Rare, that kind of opens the door for you to try something that's not red-white aggro. 1 and 2. We got to win like every die roll. That's big. Okay, we want this die roll. Very big. Look at this. Can you imagine if we were on the draw? This hand would be so bad. But now we have the Public Thoroughfare that allows us to play the Lightning Helix. And we're not getting run over. And now we just need to draw lands. Our hand is pretty unlocked. And we have 17 lands plus 2 tipsters and 2 land cyclers. So things are looking pretty good on that end of the spectrum. Didn't draw a land. We'll play a face down Centaur. I think kind of we're in the trade everything phase. So I will trade this automaton if need be. Hope they don't have a Felonious Rage. What do they have? What? What is this? Convenient target. Interesting. Wow, we didn't draw a land. This is what I get for saying how confident I was. This is what I get for saying how confident I was in maybe this matchup. Or sorry, in drawing a land. I just don't feel like I'm going to be able to block this turn. So I'm going to do this, and I will play Lightning Helix on the automaton. It just has the most power. I know they can get it back, but that takes a lot of mana to do so, and so I think that's fine. I think it's just very likely for them to play another card to give the Phantom flying, and that thing has menace, so that's why I attacked. Land here would be great. Please! I'll take it. I will take it. I'm gonna, once again, attack with my face down card. Wait, no. I need to do this. I need to do this first, actually. So what land do we get here? It's gonna be a blue or black land. A black land makes a lot of sense because we have Rakdos plus Coerce to kill. Because we can also cast Bite Down on Crime off of this. And then we're going to kill the Phantom. And then attack for 4. And if they want to trade, I'm actually happy with that because, of course, our deck is looking to go late. And they did trade. It is tempting to trade. I mean, it's 4 damage getting in, so that makes sense. And they missed the land drop too. So they have a lot of action in hand. We just drew Branch of Vitu-Ghazi, which we can just play as a land here. And I think I'm going to because I want to be able to play Rakdos on turn 6. So here, let's go ahead and play this, and let's play Killer Among Us and get that one going as quickly as possible. And then we can also play Coerce to Kill on any bigger creature our opponent might play. If they return a convenient target and target something, we can do that too. The Gearbane Orangutan does not kill anything, which is good. This is not an artifact land. It's not the other one. The scene of the crime. Is that what that one is? All right, so this creature's getting in. What do we target? Human. So let's go ahead and double block here. It looks like they have Felonious Rage. Oh. Sure. Target attacking creatures to put 3+1/+1 counters on it. Okay. Target attacking creature. Do I want this card in my graveyard? That's the only. I have enough stuff in my yard probably, but nope, I don't want to do that. Whatever. I think I have enough stuff in my yard. Okay, so we did not draw a land. We have a Coerce to Kill, but not a great target to hit with it. So I can either play Nervous Gardener here and ensure that I get the land. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. So let's play this face down. Let's go get a land. And I think it's the tap land, right? Can we get the tap land? Yes. Wait, no. We need to get... I shouldn't have done that. Oh, no, I want to play a land this turn. I could have gotten a tap land, but I actually need to get a second white for Tolsimir. So let's not... Yeah. As good as I think a Scry land is there, I'm going to feel so bad if I draw the land for Tolsimir. All right, so they're going to get aggressive, but fortunately, we're at 18 life. They're going to target their Orangutan. And then we're going to play Rakdos. And we're going to draw some cards. Maybe. Okay. We got 2 permanents. Now, they might have a way to kill Rakdos, definitely. Makeshift Binding, okay. We still have action. Rakdos got us a little bit of value still. Let's go ahead and attack with the Gardener. See what they choose to do here. If they return Coerce to Kill, or if they return Convenient Target. Okay, Meddling Youths. Okay, well, we're going to steal that. What on earth? Is this suspected? When did this get Menace? Oh, wait, the creature gets suspected. I see. I guess I should have double blocked. Yeah. Oh, well. That one is on me. Let's take the Meddling Youths. And I wanted to sack a clue to attack, but now I feel like there's a little bit of extra pressure on us, so I'm gonna relax here and play another face down card. We're at 7 life now. That's gonna be a 3/3. Okay. So it's a 3/3. Did they attack? Triple block. Okay. That's okay. We can still attack with all 3 of these creatures. That's really good for us. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Let's see. I actually want to turn this up now. Let's get some lands. We can get both of these actually, which is really nice. Put one onto the battlefield. We'll put this onto the battlefield. And then we get to scry or surveil. I'll keep that actually. Play our forest. Attack. Get our clue. then we can play the Vitu-Ghazi Inspector. So this is great for us. This is a very odd card. Generally, you don't want to play this in your red-white aggro decks, but it's fine. We got our clue, though. And here, I'm at 7. I am just going to play Vitu-Ghazi Inspector and go to 9. And we'll exile 6. And we'll target the Inspector. So we're at 9. Things are looking pretty decent. We have a Crowd Control Warden still in hand. We have a clue here. We stole the Meddling Youths. And yeah, we got it. All right. 2 and 2. 2 and 2. We had too many like 2-for-1 type effects, right? We have I mean, this is just a great mid-rangey control deck, right? If you look at the cards, we have double Eavesdropper, Buried in the Garden. This Ramses kills a thing. This is a 2-for-1. This can be a 2-for-1. Tolsimir is a 2-for-1. Coerce to Kill is a 2-for-1. Killer Among Us, Rakdos. There's just so many cards in our deck that generate value. So if we do play against an aggressive deck and we just don't get completely run over early, I feel like we kind of have the late game on lock. Okay, so this is for the third win. We go first. Definitely keeping this. It doesn't have all the mana fixing stuff, but at least with this hand, it doesn't really require us to have all the mana fixing in the world. So we can go turn 2 Inspector, turn 3 face down card into Bite Down or Eavesdropper with 3 lands. Snarling Gorehound turn 1. Oh no. It's the best time to have that card in play. So now we drew Crowd Control Warden as another card. Gravestone Strider. Okay, I don't mind that. They're playing blue and black. Although, yeah, like I said, I don't know how to draft blue-black. I don't know if Gorehound is even a card you want in blue-black. I'm going to play a face-down card. And I'm going to pass. Would really like to draw another mana source here, so that we can play our Eavesdropper on turn 4. Double block the Gorehound if they attack. I mean, they won't be able to get a great attack in this turn. Oh, they're filtering mana. Topiary Panther with 2 islands. Okay. No, I don't know what they're trying to do. Like, I see these lands and I'm just confused. That's all. I think I'll be able to... I think I can get in with this 2-2. I'm playing green-white. I have so many tricks I can have here. Like, blocking just seems pretty wild for a normal opponent to block that. So, and then we drew land number 4. Very, very fortunate for us. It's like with 2... So they must be green-black splashing blue or something if they're playing Panther. So we have a Course to Kill, which we are nowhere close to casting. It's okay. It's good any time in the game. They played a Jaded Analyst. Okay, it's just a 2-drop that blocks. They're keeping up Counterspell, so I do need to be mindful of that. You know, I kind of like Vigilance because I want to play around Counterspell too. I kind of like Vigilance, although maybe I want to Scry first. Oh yeah, I don't want the Tipster. Okay. Good Surveil, rather. Ooh. Although I suppose they could block with the Jaded Analyst, so maybe it's not even a great attack. Yeah, I just want to clear the board. And I can still have a combat trick here. Okay, let's flip over our creature. Don't know what they can have. Auspicious Arrival, maybe? Oh, the exile attacking creature? Sure. I mean, look, we were going to run into that anyways. This isn't too bad. But they got to make good use of their mana that turn. They're splashing that card? I just realized. All right. Here we go. This is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun one. we both went off the deep end just a little bit. They're still keeping up 2 mana, which is a little bit concerning. Which makes me want to face down my creature more than face up it. More than face up it. What kind of English was that? Yeah. So let's play this face down to play around Reasonable Doubt. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my... Oh, shoot. I wasn't even thinking. Do I get Island or Mountain? I wasn't even thinking. I mean, Coerce to Kill is a better card than Lightning Helix. I just wanted to make sure I hit my land drop this turn. Yeah, because there's a good chance they can flip over this face down card and have it be something big. So, by that logic, I would rather have Coerce to Kill. Coerce to Kill on his Oni! All right, so they're going to get some tokens here, but we can steal it. Okay. Well, that's a good card worth splashing, friend. And we are going to take it. And we are not going to attack. Well, good thing we got Island. Well, hopefully they can't kill this Coerce to Kill. And hopefully we can get at least a little bit of value here with the Zoni. We're at 19 life. We can do some double blocks on the spiders here. Or at least one double block on the spider. This is Unyielding Gatekeeper. Are you kidding me? They used Unyielding Gatekeeper and got more tokens. Oh my gosh. There's like so few ways to kill enchantments in this format. They have a hide in plain sight too? Oh, that is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. They just cast hide in plain sight. I was so baffled by what happened with the Unyielding Gatekeeper on that I did not see that they also cast hide in plain sight. We have a lot to fight through here. A lot. Well, it starts with Bite Down on Crime on his Oni, so let's do that. Izoni down. Eavesdropper, and we'll play Eavesdropper, and we'll pass. This is so much to fight through. Our opponent just cast Izoni, Hide in Plain Sight. We stole the Izoni, and they exiled my Coerce to Kill with Unyielding Gatekeeper. So now it's kind of like, and they have Snarling Gorehound going, so they can just really sculpt their draws. We do have Lightning Helix. We have an Inspector we can play. We have a Clue. I don't know what to do with these face down cards. Just take it all, I guess. They can flip over one of them. If we draw a Mountain, we can Lightning Helix the other one. But this gives us the most profitable blocks. Like, I can eat a Spider for free here. Even if they have +3/+3 and Trample. Alright, so we got to eat that Spider for free. Because they didn't flip it up, it's making me think that it's... Oh, well, I guess they just wanted to play Cold Case Cracker. Sure. They've got a sweet one. I mean, they have more... I think they have more Bomby Rares than we do. Not on My Watch is a phenomenal draw. And I'm going to play the Inspector here and just pass. And not on my watch allows us to deal with them spending the turn to flip stuff over. So this can be a really good turn for us. They have one card left. And we will pass. And I want to make the Inspector a 2/4 so I can block the Cold Case Cracker. Would love to be able to flip the Crowd Control Warden at some point, because if we get the time to do that, we can potentially start attacking at least with the Crowd Control Warden, because it would be an 8/8. But this is kind of a do your worst type of situation. The not on my watch should definitely go a long way here. Do we double block? Yeah, we double block. I like this. They've been holding this combat trick for a really long time. Or maybe it's a removal spell. All right, well, let's kill this. I don't want them to get the clue there anyways. All right. You know, these must just be lands or something. Or they're not, they might just not be like super impressive creatures. Did we stabilize? I feel like we're very close to being stabilized. I'm not saying we're ahead, but I think we have managed to stabilize against Izoni, hide in plain sight nonsense. And we also have bombs of our own, so hopefully we can find them. Not interested in really attacking with the Eavesdropper, so I'm just cracking here. And now we need to find some of our bigger cards. Ooh, they went this way is interesting. They went this way is interesting, but I think I want to wait a turn. And I'll keep a land in my... No, they're not going to be playing... I don't... I'm wondering if they're going to be playing like Ravenous Rats in their deck, but whatever, I'll just play this land. They use their Murder, which is good. We're at 15, they're at 18. Basically, this turn, I don't... Basically, the problem was... Oh my gosh, how many rares do you have? What on earth is this? They have a Gravestone Strike. They put 3+1/+1 counters on their permanents. Wow. Oh my gosh. Like, do I even attack? How do I win from this board? I don't think this attack is that good. All right. I guess I could have cracked the clue. Yeah, I could have cracked the clue. I don't know if I have a second bite down on crime. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's draw a card here, I guess. So our opponent is basically kind of playing our deck, but with like more bombs. All right, we're at 15. This is brutal. Well, I think maybe like we have to draw our Rakdos here to like have a tiny glimmer of hope, I want to say. Wow, and the Crowd Control Warden has counters on it. So it's still a 4/4 death touch. Oh my gosh. And sadly, we have Enter Floodsville. That's unfortunate. Well, look, try to do something a little bit different here, but you get to see on the other side what can happen if you do try to draft a sweet multicolor deck, right? With the best rare in the set, maybe one of the best blue-green rares in the set, and yeah, a variety of other cool things. What a savage beating this was, though. Block, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. We helix this, we go to 11. And then take 9, we go to 2. What happens if we, like, block here and helix the Vannifar? 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. That doesn't work. We will helix the Spider. And then, ooh, I don't think that's enough. I mean, we have a fair number of our own bombs, but they just deployed theirs quicker. And yeah, I mean, they played Azoni and Vannifar's in play a couple turns. And the Gorehound has just like ensured that no matter what, they just find action every turn. Wait a second. Hold on. I thought this was deja vu. They played a second copy of Izoni. They have 2 Izonis in their... What? It's the second best rare in the set, and they have 2 of them. I thought they got it back from their graveyard. Oh my gosh. Double Izoni, Vannifar. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? GG's. GG's. At least you got to do... They didn't even attack me. I'm at 3. They are milking this one. Siege Rhinoceros. Good game. Sweet deck. Sweet deck. Nice bombs. And we have slid down the rankings just a little bit. We were in the top 25, but we tried to do something a little bit different this time. Sadly, I'd like to be able to keep a streak of really great videos and records going, but I want to also show you what can happen when you do try to go off the deep end and you don't quite end up getting there for a variety of different reasons. Now, specifically with our deck, what were some of our weaknesses? Well, we lost the game because our mana simply wasn't good enough, right? So perhaps going all 5 colors, especially cards like Coerce to Kill, which really push your mana. It really pushes it because you have to go double splash. That's probably a little bit too deep, right? So maybe that's not the direction that we wanted to go. There might have been a better way to kind of build this. Against the Detectives deck, there was not much we could do unless we had just extra removal for the Private Eye. But I mean, had we drafted a little bit differently, that could have also been a thing. And then this last matchup, look, we're playing Battle Cruiser Magic. I'm trying to ramp and play my big things. They're trying to ramp and play their big things. 2 Izonis is better than 0. I didn't draw my Rakdos. And that's what happens when you draw your bomb. So they got us good. And sadly, this was a 2-3. But I still thought the deck was sweet. We had an okay curve. We had some decent removal. Lots of premium cards in our deck. Tolsimir, Coerce to Kill, Rakdos, Killer Among Us. So I thought the deck was really, really cool. But sadly, didn't quite get there. Can't always get there, but it is okay. So 2-3 today. Got an uphill battle to climb here. We are now 33. So just a little bit more work that we need to do on our road to rank 1. Before I sign off, I do once again want to give a shout out to all the people who have been currently supporting my brand new Patreon channel. Link in the description below if you really enjoyed this content and want to support the channel and have me continue making these videos. It definitely does go a long way for me to continue doing what I do, which is make videos and entertain all of you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more videos just like this. I'll catch you tomorrow.